And so in this video, I will share with you 10 things as it regards your proof of funds for your Canada study permit application. If you follow these 10 things that I'm about to mention today, you are going to be on your way to getting your study permit approval. The reason why these ideas that I'm going to be sharing are so important is because almost 80% of study permit approval is based on insufficient funds, okay? Insufficient funds and assets. Now, when IRCC mention insufficient funds, it does not necessarily mean that the money that you've showed in your account is not enough, or that your sponsor have showed in the account is not enough. It can mean a whole lot of things. It is only when you apply for a GCMS note that you can actually know the reason why they've actually set insufficient funds. It can be, opening balance, it can be lump sum, it can be long documents. So I'll expand all of these things based on information I'll say some GCMS note that people have shared online, the reason why they were refused, and I've been able to collate all of this information. You do know that if you can do what will make your visa not to be denied, it means that you're already on your way to getting your visa approved. So I'll talk about a lot of things that you should avoid as it regards to your finances, and then also talk about some of the things that you should consider doing. Are you ready? Are you sure? So grab a pen, grab a paper, and take notes. If in the process there are things that are not clear or things that I haven't addressed, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section and put your question. I will try as much as possible to answer the question. Number one thing is going to be estimating the cost of your proof of funds. The first thing is going to be estimating or calculating how much you need to show. You need to know exactly how much is your tuition. Of course, you should have that in your admission letter, and then you should know the living expenses. Of course, you will see all of those information on IRC's website for a family of one, for a family of two, family of three, as the case may be. 20,635 for one person. And then your travel cost. Travel cost, they usually say about, they don't give estimates, okay? I would say for this, you can budget around, let's say, $2,000 to $3,000 per person, if possible. For your tuition, even though your program is 2 years, you should calculate for 1 year of tuition. Even though you are doing for bachelor's, if it's 4 years, they need you to show a minimum of 1 year of tuition. Now, if you have already paid the tuition deposit, if your tuition is $20,000 and you have paid the tuition deposit of, let's say, $10,000, so you will not be left to show an equivalent of $10,000 for the tuition plus 1 year cost of living plus your travel cost. So make sure you calculate that effectively. And I would usually suggest maybe add extra, $2,000 to $3,000 just for eventual exchange rate, change while your application is in progress. Especially for those that are applying from Africa, right? If you calculate $40,000 total, I would say maybe aim to show like 43,000 Canadian dollars. That way, if the exchange rate change while your application is in progress, you will not have a problem. Number two thing is you have to think very carefully about the bank statement that you're going to be using for your application. You don't decide on the bank statement you're going to use for your study permit application 2 weeks to your study permit, because the bank statement may be pretty bad, even though it may have a good closing balance, but the opening balance and the money coincident fund may all be dead. Think about it like 6 months ahead and then start to planning. If you're going to use your uncle or anybody to sponsor you, start telling them on time. That way you have to limit a lot of outflow from the account. You want to make sure that you save for this purpose by ensuring that you don't have a lot of outflow, going out of the account as the case may be. And then think about that ahead of time. When you decide, you may want to build the account. By building the account, I mean saving for the purpose, okay? You may have a landed property that they want to sell for the purpose of the education, right? So it's okay. IRCC does not say you cannot sell a landed property. If you want to sell that and put the money in your account, fine and good, okay? But just make sure you think about the bank statement, 4 to 6 months bank statement. Now, if you print a 4 months bank statement and the opening balance is very huge, let's say you want to show 50,000 Canadian dollars and the opening balance is like 40,000 Canadian dollars equivalent. Do you know what is happening? You're not really telling IRCC where you are getting that 40,000 Canadian dollars from. In that case, even though it needs you printing, it means printing 4 months, 5 months, 6, 7 months, 8, even 1 year bank statement, just to show that history, that should be fine. Yes, I've already talked about 4 to 6 months bank statement. Now, people have always asked, does this account or this statement need to be in the account for those 4 months before you apply? No. Even though you are doing a 4 months bank statement, what you are actually required to show is the closing balance. But you have to make sure that your account progressively increase. Let's say you want to show $50,000. In the first month, it's 10,000. Second month, 20,000. Third month, 30,000. Fourth month, 40,000. Fifth month, 50,000. That is fine. That closing balance is what they are looking at. And then I would suggest you have the closing amount that they want to use. Maybe like 2-3 weeks before you apply for the application. Maybe minimum 1 week before you apply for admission. Sorry, not before you apply for the visa. The fourth thing is going to be, make sure you show proof of relationship with whoever is sponsoring you. If you're using your father, birth certificate. Mother, brother, sister, use birth certificate. That is sufficient, okay? If you're using your uncle or your aunt, you should show how they're related to your father or your mother, okay? If it's your uncle or your aunt from your mother's side, you have to show both of their birth certificates, if possible, or declaration of age that actually mention their parents, okay? That way, it will show that both of them have the same parent. And then if you have pictures, you can add that, and then you can also add affidavit of support. But that declaration, where you mention the name of your parent in that age declaration, or you can do that in the population commission in your country, or if they have birth certificate, that is the best. And if it's for your mom's side, maybe your mom have changed her name due to marriage. You now have to show your mom's marriage certificate, a change of name, and then it also show ID as much as possible. Maybe there are travel documents like international passport and other things. And then they should write on the letter of support for you. That letter of support, a content, talk about yourself, how you're related to the person you are sponsoring, how much you are showing in your account, what you are doing. If you are not allocated, maybe in your account, you have $100,000 and you say, I'm allocating $50,000 for this person, then you have to mention that and mention why you're sponsoring the person. And they just talk a little bit about how you got to know this person. Sign it, put a date, okay? Those should be among the first set of documents before you start talking about bank statement and all that. If you've been enjoying this video please kindly hit on the like button. It will encourage YouTube, I would say, or the algorithm to share this video to a lot more people. And then if you haven't subscribed, to hit the subscribe button so whenever new videos are released, you will definitely be the first person to get this video. Let's talk about the fifth thing. I strongly advise not to use business bank statement. If possible, use a personal account, okay? Even though you are doing business and they're using your personal account for the business, it's okay. It means that you own the money. Everything from that business belongs to you. But the reason why a business account is not good, because if you are showing $50,000 in your business account, that is when you're going to pay business expenses, pay your workers, and all of this. Even though you are the sole proprietor of that business, a lot of things can happen to that money, and I won't advise it, okay? And then if you are using that personal account, make sure you show every single thing that proves the funds in that account. Business receipts, how your customer pay you. You have to convince the visa officer that your business actually make money. Sometimes people just showing CAC, right? If you have pictures, and then you should get maybe letter of introduction, right? On the company letterhead to state that you are the CEO of this company, then it can even be signed by you. Just explain letter of self-introduction. I'm the CEO of this company. I run this company for so time. This is what this company does. This is what how much it's worth, and then sign. That way, you're already showing your letterhead. If you have ID as well, it's good to show. But overall, make sure you show as many documents as possible. Don't make the mistake of showing only bank statement. If you are employed, show your employment letter, your pay slips. If you have a promotion letter, current reference letter from your company to show that you are still working there. If you don't have it, that is fine. If your business is newly registered, I know that can be a little bit tricky. If you can find maybe someone, maybe you're already working with somebody before you registered yours, you can tell that person to give you a letter to state that you have been doing this business with this person or learning with this person for a while. Now you're now on your own. That way, this idea of registering the business, is going to be avoided. Number 16 is going to be avoid low opening balance. Okay, and if there's low opening balance, it's a little bit tricky. Your closing balance is 50,000 Canadian dollars, and then your opening balance is like $500, $600. So they do have that issue, right? Especially when it's like maybe if you're printing a 4-month bank statement, the first 1-2 months is like $1,000, $500, $1,000, and then the third month they increase to $10,000, and then all the way to $40,000. So that's what they call as pre-existing low balances. Try to avoid that as much as possible, and then make sure you show clear documents. If your documents are blurring, it's going to be an issue. Make sure as you compress and compress and compress, you don't compress life out of those documents. Make sure that they are still clear. Sometimes I know it might be a little bit tricky because you have a lot of documents to show. One of the things that you can do is to look at the file with the highest size, compress them individually before merging everything together to compress again. The seventh thing is going to be write a very clear letter of explanation for funds. Okay, so you can add this to your letter of explanation. Alternatively, you can have a 1-page document to explain about your finances in table, everything that has to do with finances. That should not be the first document in your proof of funds, such that when you read through that, they can see all of the bank statement. This is the amount in it of the bank statement. Okay, this is who is sponsoring you. You have a clear picture. By the time they are going through other documents, they know exactly what they are looking out for. The last thing that you want to happen is for IRS to miss 1 or 2 documents because maybe you didn't outline them appropriately. And if you have lump sum, you can do a table to explain some of those lump sum. The 8th thing is going to be review every single line in your bank statement. Okay, if it doesn't make sense to you, if there are some transactions that you think is a bit difficult to explain, it's going to be difficult for the visa officer to understand all of those things. So make sure you look at every single line. Is this clear? Is this clear? Is this clear? If it's not clear, maybe you sold something, you sold a car, get a document for you sold a land, get a document for someone is sent you money. If it's your brother, sister, whatever, get a letter of support for them. If the money is very huge, then they should send the supporting documents to show how they too they are getting their own funds as well. Very important. The 9th thing is going to be organize your documents properly. Now, all of your documents that has to do with funds should be merged together in one PDF and uploaded under the Pro Finances. Don't make the mistake of uploading only your bank statement under that Pro Finances. It's going to be a problem, right? You have to think about a story that you want to tell. And don't put your bank statement at the very first because they don't know anything. Now you're just bombarding them with bank statement. They don't have already all the background. Now they're going to be having too many questions. Okay, so what I would advise you to do, arrange your document in a way that it will tell a story. What you're doing, if somebody is sponsoring you, remember I was talking about that 1-page document to explain all your finances. Have that first. If you are sponsoring yourself and you are employed, show all your business all your employment pay stubs and every other thing, and then show your bank statement. If you sold the landed property, show the land sales and then your bank statement. If you have invoices and or business, show all of those things, then your bank statement. If someone is sponsoring you, they should show, the affidavit of sponsorship, letter of sponsorship, then the proof of relationship. Before you now talk about all of their supported documents, like maybe if they are doing business, invoices, receipts, contracts, then of employment pay stubs and all of those things, then the bank statement. You want to tell a story so that by the time they look at everything, as they're not going through the bank statement, they know exactly what you are talking about. And it informs the story. If you have one or two other things that doesn't necessarily relate to funds, maybe an asset. Yeah, if you have some landed property, you can't include that under the proof of fund because it's part of assets, right? Another thing, if it's not very important to your funds, you can put them in the client information, but you have to arrange everything such a way that when they look at that proof of funds that they've uploaded, they can make a decision based on that because there is nothing hiding. Every other thing is not clear as day. And then, if you've done all of these things, the most important thing that I'll say in all of these that I've said is going to be my number 10. And that number 10 is that you must or should, and I will say, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share with your friends, put a comment in the comment section as to which part of the visa application are you in. If you don't have any questions, just put it in the comment section. Thank you for this video. If you enjoy this, enjoy the video, put it in the comment section. And then also let me know where you're watching from, right? If you're watching from America, Africa, Europe, put it in the comment section. I want to see where everybody is watching from. And then at the end of the day, if you can do this 10th thing, then it means you're going to keep seeing more and more videos from me about proof of funds, about everything as regards visa application. So keep coming to my channel, publish videos every week as regards Canada immigration and new things, update and admission and stuff like that. Check out my other videos. And if you're looking for someone to talk to one-on-one, because I know some situations can be very, very complex, there's going to be a link in the description. Check out that link, reach out to me. I'll be glad to provide one or two guide and assistance as regards your journey to Canada. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.